Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Stump. We do it every Wednesday at 3 p.m.-ish on the squishy chairs at 98.1 The Max. I'm Ross. Next week, we're still working out who we're going to have in here right now. I'm hoping to have Hate Doctrine in. It is death metal at its finest. Some of the guys, one of the other guys was in another band called Murder Turd. And it's gonna get a lot of fun if we get those guys in there. But today, I'm very excited. Now, through scheduling conflicts, I kind of screwed you guys a couple of times. We kept pushing it back, but I'm finally happy to have you guys in here. Ladies and gentlemen, Pixels. Ben and John Harrison, how you guys doing, man?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. Let me just do that right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll try to keep this professional-like, man. Act like we're in the basement. No, you guys, all right, so for background for people who haven't seen you guys, you are is it a six-piece now?
It's a five-piece.
It's a five-piece? Saxophone, keys, bass, guitar, drums.
Right.
Okay. And you guys play video game music.
Right.
And you guys play all over town.
Try to. Yeah.
Yes, as much as possible.
And it's not like, because one of the things, there's been a bunch of video game bands I've seen. There's like the metal band Power Glove. You ever seen those guys?
Mm-hmm.
And who's the band, I think from Athens, Georgia, that plays the Mega Man 3 all the way through? While the guy plays the game on stage.
I think it's Bit Brigade.
Bit Brigade?
I think that's good. They came through High Tone, and I wanted to go, but I think we had a show at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that show, and I think I popped in for like a song or two. I'm like, because I saw him in Atlanta once, and it was, I don't know if they have that pre-taped, or he is really beating that game every single time without dying.
I'm sure he's beating that game without dying, and they're like playing all the music along with it. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's crazy.
And the one thing I don't, because my favorite video game song of all time is the password menu on Mega Man 3. It's like the happiest little tune. If I take like a really good shower and I get out, that's like the song that's playing in my head. It's almost like when I say goodbye to somebody, it's like a Jurassic Park theme song comes to my head.
I got you.
That's what I wave to people. But you guys have been playing for a couple years together now.
Yeah, we have. We've went through a couple different keyboard players.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's kind of we have a joke that it's kind of like the drummer in Spinal Tap. It's just
Yeah.
like we can't keep one for too long. We had two that left and played with a Ghost Town Blues Band. Which
Okay.
We have no beef with Ghost Town Blues Band, but they keep taking our keyboard player.
That is funny because it usually is the drummer, which John plays drums, by the look of you, it's amazing you don't put a fist through him every single time, like Donkey Kong in the back. But I mean,
I feel like that's what people want to see. If I did that, I think I would have more fun with the shows.
if you brought a junk set and you just held up,
Destroyed it. would that be fun to watch?
well, it is amazing, and we'll get to it. I'm going to talk about it right now. You're a big dude that plays drums, but like I never seen anyone like play so gracefully.
Yeah.
Like it's all wrists, and it almost looks like you're bored in the back because you're so good at what you do.
I'm concentrating. I'm not bored. I'm just concentrating.
Concentrating.
Concentrate real hard.
All right. You get in the zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of zone everything else out. Try to like focus just on the music and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really make it for a good stage show that much because everybody's like, look at this guy in there.
He looks like he's having a bad time.
There's a picture.
Must be bored.
One of my favorite pictures of John is he's dressed as Mario. He's got like the worst look on his face. it's like the saddest / happiest picture.
Yeah.
It's like the juxtaposition of the look on his face with his costume. It's
Yeah.
the funniest thing I've ever seen.
But meanwhile, it's like Shiva with like the 6 arms. You're like going all over the place. Yeah, it's nutty. And one of the cool, and you guys play for all stuff because I've seen you guys play Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I've seen you. I think it was Force X or
F-Zero.
F-Zero. You guys play an F-Zero song. There's a Super Nintendo song. Mario Brothers. What are the other ones that I'm missing? Because I mean, you guys play.
Metroid.
We've learned a lot of songs. We've learned so many that there are some we go back and say, oh yeah, we learned that song like a year and a half ago. Completely forgot it.
To be honest, we might have forgotten more songs now than we actually
Really?
live, yeah. we knew because we do shows like we'll do like a Zelda show, or we'll go and we'll do a what's another one we did?
We did an all Mario show. We did an all Street Fighter show.
Yeah.
So we learned a bunch of those songs, and we keep like the things that we think are the best ones from those sets
Okay.
in the repertoire, and then the rest of them kind of go by the wayside.
Or the ones that aren't too hard.
There are some that
So
are
ridiculous.
amazing songs, but it's like, we barely pulled them off the first time.
Yeah.
It's like, do we really want to play this song that's in 11/8 that switches like back and forth between time signatures and stuff? It's like, maybe stick to the easier stuff.
What's amazing is like like you think of 8-bit music, you think, oh yeah, it's easy. It's just a do 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 do. But like, who are the guys creating that music? Do you know like names? Because I imagine they're Japanese.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good Japanese ones. I mean, there's Koji Kondo is probably the most well-known one. He did Mario and Zelda, and one of the Star Fox ones, and he's done like some of those iconic ones out there. Hirokazu Tanaka, I think he did like Metroid, and he did Dr. Mario, and some others. I don't know. I mean, there's some really good, Western composers as well. But I feel like the ones that get kind of weird and kind of crazy tend to be the Japanese composers.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. But
Cole hasn't been here because he knows all this information.
Yeah.
I was just like, yes, man.
I just say Street Fighter, Dalzim. Which is the Street Fighter song that made it? Did any of the Street Fighter songs made it to the cut?
We do Ken's theme and we do Guile's theme.
we still do Vega sometimes.
The hardest one now was Zagat's theme.
Zagat,
Which
that-
was just,
Yeah.
just
Which-
an insane thing.
Growing up, I just playing the levels, I never thought about like how crazy that song is.
Mhm.
But like just the timing of it and like having to count it constantly, and
The melody's crazy too.
the melody's kind of crazy.
Just a wild song.
As a band,
Yeah.
if somebody gets off, it's over.
It's a
Like,
train
Yeah.
wreck.
Yeah. Is it? Wait, no. It was Dalzim has got the elephants in the background, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was about to say, who did the elephant soundtrack? Like,
We actually had I don't know if you know Tim Slip, but he actually runs sounds for us, and he would hit the sounds, and like we have all the sounds like to a keyboard, and he would play the sounds while he played the songs.
that's slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave no stone unturned.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the complete package. Zelda Knight. Which one was the toughest out of the bunch?
I feel like the Street Fighter one was probably
Yeah, that was pretty hard.
harder. I think the Zelda one was hard just because we left ourselves like not a lot of time to learn the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And like we got 3 weeks to learn, a whole set worth of really hard songs.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And we were learning like we have a 90s band too, so we're learning 90s band songs, and Ben was learning stuff for
Yeah, I was playing with Graham Winchester,
Mhm.
and we were playing a bit of a show. We were playing all Rolling Stones songs. I had to learn like 20 Rolling Stones songs. And this is
Yeah.
all, like,
I remember that. Was that
period, but-
was that show that was like 2 years ago at the High Tone?
Yes,
That was an incredible show, by the way.
I had a great time. Lots of really good acts.
Yeah.
Coming together.
And I should point out too. I'm gonna kind of stroke your ego right now. But 8-bit, you have melodies, which you'll have the keys and stuff like that. But a lot of it is finger point precision. Like, it's basically a solo, constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty remarkable to watch you hit all that, and you kind of in the zone. A little bit more of a smirk on his face when he's playing, though.
You should smile a little more, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
What scale? Because it's not like a blues scale. Are you just playing like a major scale, just constantly?
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends. I mean, some of it. I mean, these guys all have the benefit of being jazz majors,
Mhm.
at U of M, and I just kind of like, I took lessons coming up, and we touched on some jazz and theory and all that stuff. But like, I probably should have practiced a little more with the theory and the reading the music and all that stuff. So a lot of
Yeah.
it's just kind of like
I know.
figuring, like a lot of these songs, like you have to kind of figure them out too. It's like, so it's it's oftentimes not just like straight major scale or blues scale. It kind of like goes outside the scale too, or it'll like change keys, or it gets kind of weird.
And sometimes we play them wrong.
Sometimes we don't realize we've been playing them wrong until like a year and a half later.
When we're in the studio.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Everybody heard us mess up over and over again.
We did have one guy come up one time when we were playing a song, and he came up and he was like, you know, that part of the song comes later, and he like put like where it was supposed to go in. He's like, these three notes are supposed to be right here, and we were like, all right.
Was his mom holding his hand or had him on a leash at the time?
It's literally like
do it, man.
it was Giles' theme, so it was like the da 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 da, and at the very end of the whole phrase, there's like a little like subtle da 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 da.
Yeah.
And we weren't doing that.
Oh man, they're all coming back to me now. Yeah. It's a trip because we made like it's like the running joke. People who play video games are easy to pick on, especially in pop culture, like video game, like throughout time, it's just been like the punching bag for pop culture. But now Fortnite, they just had the
guy won $3 million.
$3 million, 16-year-old from nowhere, Pennsylvania, just won $3 million coming in first place, and then like they had almost like a tennis match, like doubles. Like a team, like team Fortnite matches. I don't even know what. I've never heard of that before. But each one came in first place, won $1.5 million.
Isn't that amazing?
One of the oldest people on that whole thing was like 24 years old. Everybody was like 12 to like 22.
Wow.
In the wrong game, man.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
I think college was a mistake, right?
I mean, I think they're starting to put like teams in college. Like you'll have like
Yeah.
a video game team for college, and you can get scholarship to go and play video games for your college and stuff like that.
The United States Armed Forces has a Black Ops Call of Duty team that they try to get the best guys of like service members, and they'll have their team and they'll submit them, you know, as like they're as part of their PR campaign, like beat the real soldiers.
Wow.
Yeah, they shoot people for real, and then they'll shoot you on the internet.
Those video game skills will fly drones
Yeah,
around.
yeah, and they don't talk smack either. They're like, "Oh, keep talking smack, kid."
Got like a 14-year-old kid like cursing out an actual.
Oh. I play Call of Duty, and I was playing the other night, and the guy, I usually turn the sound off because I don't want to hear the nonsense trash because it'll make me irate.
Yeah.
Like I will strangle you, kid. And
Do you know who's on the other end?
yeah, oh my! If there wasn't a wall of fiber between us, but this guy, it was a grown man, and all of a sudden he's just saying everything but the child of God. He's like, "This son of a, I'm gonna kick," and he's just like whispering it in the microphone. You can tell he's frustrated, like grown man frustration. Just remember, and all of a sudden you just hear a baby crying, and I'm like, this guy has his kid in his lap and he's playing, and the kid's just watching and hearing all this madness, and like his dad with a beer. I just pictured like I don't know if it's like a suburban home or a trailer. Either way, the mentality was there.
I just picture like the microphone, like the beer and the spit, and like that smell awful, and him just like all the vile stuff he's saying to do it.
It smells like unemployment. That's what it smells like. No, one of the things, and one of the reasons why I'm so excited, and one of the things that you guys do at your live show, and that's why I encourage everybody to go out and see it. Are you guys still doing the Mario Brothers star in the case in front?
Yeah.
And what people can do is they donate like $5 or $10. Is it to you guys or?
We've done we've done that money before, I think.
We have. Sometimes it's to us.
Yeah.
Like, usually that's if if otherwise we were gonna make $10 something like that.
Yeah.
That night we might give it to us for gas money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other times we'll donate it.
No, because I remember one time you guys playing at Rail Garden, and all of it went like to St. Jude or some charity. And sometimes if it goes to you, that's not a problem because sometimes being in a band is a charity in and of itself because the money's not all that awesome. But you could take $10, $5, and you have several pillows sitting in a case in front of you guys while you're playing, and you could put the money in, and you get the pillow, like the Mario Brothers star, and you could hold on to it. and you can hold on to it in the crowd, and you can wait till you guys are in the hardest part of your song, and you can throw it on stage at you guys, and you'll go right into the dun 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 dun.
We actually have, like, I think, like 7 or 8 of them now that we'll just bust into. Like,
Okay.
throwables, and you can pick whichever one you want. We did have, our plan was for a while to make, like, a menu up and have a menu of, like, all the playables and, like, the possible things that you could get to hear when you throw one.
Yeah.
We haven't worked that up yet. That's a lot of work.
We had it, and then we changed keyboard players, and then you have to relearn all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working it back up again. We've been starting to introduce it back into the repertoire, but it's I feel like that's kind of it kind of adds to the whole experience, because like the audience always likes to be part of the show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a win-win situation on both ends.
Yeah, because like it's I don't know, it's like, because the video game music is fun background music, and it's fun to watch you guys play too, because it's how technical it is. I mean, you can be a fan, and that you got a saxophone player. I'm telling you, that is the jam. Sax is just like the cheat code of musical instruments. It really is.
And he's a great saxophone player too.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys went and recorded these songs in studio as well, right?
Yep.
We got the album. Let's show this thing off.
I'm right here.
Uh-oh. Let me get a zoom in on this one. Pixels, where'd you guys record this?
Mostly at Young Avenue Sound with my brother Jacob Church. Shout out to both of them. Yeah, I think it's 12 songs, 10 songs. I can't remember now.
Zelda 2, Mega Man 2, Sonic 2. I go for the sequels, huh? I like that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh man, Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I always out myself of how much I don't know about video games when I try to start talking about video games. Especially Zelda are just rabid fans, man. I haven't met too many casual Zelda fans.
I am somewhat rabid.
You were rabid? What was the? How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so you grew up on NES. You like right at the tail end.
Yeah, right. I got right at the end of NES, because my brother is 5 years older than me. So like he came up right in the middle of the NES thing. So like we had NES, we had a Super Nintendo. We would kind of go back and forth playing both consoles. I still have an NES and an SNES and a Sega.
SNES.
Yeah,
That's Super
Super
Nintendo, by the way.
Sorry to throw some lingo out.
Yeah, there you go.
But, I don't want to be too much of a nerd. I have a room in my house that's just retro games.
Yeah.
But,
Wait, did you say you don't have, or you
I
do?
do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes.
Are you the biggest? I take it. Are you the biggest fan of video games in the band?
At least maybe the retro ones.
Okay.
Because I am the eldest member of the band. He's a close second.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of came up playing games, but I feel like it's it was probably more of like a percentage of my life than these guys growing up. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm better than everybody, but like
I think we're on a challenge.
And you, John, do you play a bunch of video games?
Yeah, I play like more modern stuff, I guess.
Okay. What are we on right now?
I'm working through BioShock again.
Okay. Again.
Yeah.
So you don't play the game and you're like, okay, get the new one. You go back to the old one. I heard BioShock was amazing.
It's my favorite game, I think.
Yeah?
Go ahead and say a favorite game.
I know they just remastered it and it's out on
That's
PS4, so I was thinking about picking it up.
Yeah, they have all 3 of them in that package.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
God, that's like 50 hours of life
It is.
for like $19.99, or it's probably even cheaper now.
$15.99 actually.
Is it 50?
$15.99.
$15.99? God, I heard
all
it's,
three.
Yeah, sale, man.
I should probably buy that.
yeah.
You should.
It's funny. Like, so will you actually go back and play the old games?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All right.
Although lately I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Maker 2, which is kind of like, it's like the retro Mario games and the new Mario games like all put together. So it's like the perfect game. I mean, and you can make your own, and there's like literally millions of user created games that you can play. So there's like it's just unlimited Mario.
See, I like that when all of a sudden they do like a open source or like a part where you can build boards and you can play them on the internet. Like Far Cry, I think it was 5, did that. I don't know if you played Far Cry 5, that franchise. I love those love those games. Kind of
I
raunchy
played
and stuff.
one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, I've never done like the deep dive into
It's Far Cry?
Is 5 the newest one?
I think so. It's when you're out in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Montana or
And
something.
you're fighting the cult.
Yeah, I don't know. I played that with Brian before, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when a video game comes out and it kind of follows like the zeitgeist of the time. Like we're talking about crazy cult, like religious cults and stuff like that. I'm like, I got an idea. How about we send a guy and he gets to kill a bunch of them in the woods and just sell. Always a good time.
Disclaimer in the front: these are not actually.
Not real yet.
Yeah.
This is not real yet. So you got any shows coming up?
Not yet. We've been recording a new EP. So our keyboard player Dave Tash, he is moving to California. So,
Okay.
Before he left, we wanted to put together a recording that had him on it.
Okay.
He's an amazing player, so we want to like really capitalize on like right on the coattails of his talent before he leaves. So, you know.
Of course. Yeah. No. Use it while you got it. 100%.
So we're doing a 6-song thing. This past weekend we recorded a big chunk of it. We'll do some more this week and hopefully get it out as soon as possible.
What songs are we doing on this one? What games?
F-Zero, the aforementioned.
Yeah.
And
King's theme
from
Street Fighter.
From Street Fighter.
Okay. All right.
A Great Fairy Fountain.
Yeah, from Zelda.
Okay. Great Fairy Fountain.
I guess is that what's called?
Yeah.
God, the names of some of these songs. They sound. You know what they sound? They sound like vape juice. That's cool, man. Are you going back into Young Avenue sound for that?
Yeah, we went back in there this past Saturday and just knocked out a full day's worth of recording and just kind of did the same thing the next day. So yeah, it's coming along pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really good.
They'll love it. Because what's it called? It just trips me out that Young Avenue sound, just like what can happen in a recording studio. Like you like we recorded there. You Red Squad, your other band, recorded there. But then you'll have like 8 Ball and MJG.
Right.
And I remember we came in right behind them the next day, and there was like a half a blunt just sitting there. I'm like, whoa. It's authentic. And then you'll record 8-bit like Nintendo music right afterward.
Yeah.
So much stuff flowing through there.
They do it all for sure. I mean, it all sounds great. I mean, I kind of my brother, he was he's not full time there anymore, but he used to be like a full time engineer at Young Avenue for years. So I'd come in, like for his little, my little projects, he would like slip me into the back and like, let me try out some things.
Yeah.
So I kind of came up in Young Avenue, so it's kind of like a home away from home too. So
Yeah.
it's a great studio.
So you're a musician. Your brother is an engineer / musician.
Musician, yeah. He's a solid guitar player, singer, etc.
What, you guys conceived on tour? What happened with there?
My sister's a singer as well.
Really?
She's a classically trained singer. She's really probably better than both of us for sure. I mean, I probably suck the most out of all 3 of my siblings.
I highly doubt that. You can go be humble on your own. What do your parents do?
My mom is an accounting professor at Rhodes.
Okay.
She's been there pretty much my whole life. I'm actually an accountant.
Okay.
Day job accounting. It's not, it's not what I do. I'm in like several bands outside of accounting to kind of offset the accounting thing with the creative.
Yeah.
But my dad, he's retired now, but he was kind of a loan broker, mortgage banker.
Okay.
For several years. So yeah, two kind of business-minded people, but also lovers of music.
Yeah.
My mom is she's a great singer. She plays piano, plays the flute. So music was always around. But
Flutes, man. There are not enough bands with flutes in them. Jethro Tull did it, and then everybody just said, "Okay, I guess we can't do this ever again."
I like just the amplification. Like it's such a hard instrument to amplify.
Yeah.
And get over like the sound of like a drum set or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's fun.
Marshall Tucker, they have a flute, right?
Hey, yeah. Was it Doobie Brothers? Do 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 do. Is that my? Can't you see? That's Marshall Tucker Band, isn't it? Can't you see? Yeah.
Yes.
And people are gonna be like, "You don't know Marshall Tucker Band? Come on, man, what are you doing? Take you mudding, boy."
Hold my beer.
And you play all over the place too. And what other projects you playing with?
I'm playing in a band called Frog Squad with David Collins.
Nice.
We're actually playing August 10th at Health Sciences Park. We're doing a tribute to Memphis Jazz. We're playing with a band called Pigeon Coop and then the ENH Trio, which is the Ernestine Hazens Trio.
Okay.
Uh,
Frog Squad. I like that.
It's like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It's really free, like psychedelic jazz. Like play whatever you want to play.
Really?
Yeah.
How many musicians you got on that one? Is it like a revolving door? People pop in, pop out?
Sort of. We got. Let me try to think. Sometimes there's up to three saxophone players. Alto, tenor, and.
That's a porno. That's what you guys are doing. You guys are filming a porno. 3 saxophone players?
Sometimes only 2.
Only 2. That's never been said. It's never been, only 2 saxophone players has never been said at anybody. That's awesome.
That's fun.
Where's this? August 10th at
Health Sciences Park.
Health Sciences Park. Okay.
It's right there, like where the UT Health Sciences are and all that.
Yeah. Formerly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, gotcha. They're just gonna set up a stage there and.
Set up a stage, have chairs, free show.
God, you should have 3 saxophone players be up where the statue used to be, and just like hump the air. God, that's a rebranding campaign right there. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's man, it's a lot of fun. We do me and Ben are in a '90s cover band together, 96X.
Okay.
Play all '90s songs.
Yeah, outside of the video game thing,
Yeah.
I also have this like weird love and I guess fascination or obsession maybe with like 90s alternative rock because that was like what I came up with. So we're listening to the old like the alternative rock station.
I Toad the
It was,
Wet Sprocket and New Radicals and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's like I think you were doing this with Jeff already, something like that. They were just doing it for fun. I mean, it's just that's the whole thing. Is just like it's just like a fun thing to do every once in a while. It's like he told me that they were doing it. I was like, oh well, I have to do that. Obviously.
Yeah.
You can't do that without me.
Yeah, I love how you named your band after the radio station.
Yes.
Yeah.
96X.
That's this guy, right?
Oh, this is all right.
Because I used to listen. That's all I listened to was 96X.
Yeah.
I was a kid. My brother and I, and he's also in the band. My brother. Actually, I played bass in that band, and he's the lead guitar player.
Okay. God, what is it like for you to hand off lead guitar to somebody else?
It's a little. I mean, there are times when it's like. I mean, I wouldn't do it that way, but I see what you're going for.
Yeah. I saw a meme this morning. And it was like the greatest compliment a musician can give another musician is the face.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, like you just like this look of disgust.
Stank face.
Yeah, like oh man, what are you doing? That is awesome. I think is it New Radicals where it's like that song's like don't let go, you only get what you give.
Yeah.
God, you play that one?
We will now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that is a slick under the ground anthem. You play that one, everybody just like knows it and wears weird hats.
You want to come up and we'll have you a special guest come up and sing it?
Yeah, I'll mumble it. I don't listen to lyrics.
No, I mean nobody's gonna care what you can make up the lyrics.
Yeah, all I have to do is that. All I have to nail is the "we'll kick your ass in." As long as I can nail that one,
Yeah.
you're a hero.
Yeah. You gotta get the, it's like it's like skimming a paragraph. You gotta get the like.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I
key
speed read
things
songs
in-
is what I
exactly,
do.
right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not much. Some people can keep the lyrics in their head and stuff like that. I never. never been one to be able to kind of keep it all in my head. I need to fill it with like YouTube videos and weird quotes from movies.
There's so much useless stuff to go through. I mean,
God.
I don't think I'd even know most songs' lyrics. They're just kind of like what I think they are.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
It's
it's
the greatest gift.
like just my subconscious working, and that's what comes out as my lyrics.
You're always singing a Pearl Jam song. It's really what it is.
I love when people like will have been singing the wrong thing to something for years.
Yeah.
But like the thing that they're singing is so outlandish, but they never thought like, why would they write that?
Yeah.
I had a friend tell me that his girlfriend at the time, you know, the Zephyr song by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So it says, "Fly away on my Zephyr," and
Yeah.
she thought it was "Fly away on my cell phone."
Did she hiccup the first time she heard it? I didn't even hear a cell phone. It's funny how people hear what they need, like whatever they hear. It's
Yeah.
like when you're when you're talking to somebody and then then you just say the most outlandish crap ever. Like, is that really what you heard? And I'm constantly explaining myself, but I don't know, man. It probably means I was passively listening to you in the first place. You know?
Aren't we all?
Yeah, it's just kind of selective hearing. It's a gift. It is a gift. No, thought someone was going to have to kick in the door right here.
Good. Special guest.
Yeah. We actually, 96X, I think Sydney for the morning show with Drake, she used to work down there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I don't even know if does this station still exist?
No, I mean,
I don't think so.
I think that.
Talking about our competitors.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I only listen to 98.1 The Max ever now.
Yeah.
I think that so it went away. I think it came back like 5 years ago or something like that for like a short time. They tried to it came back for a little bit and then it went away again.
In the weird state of alternative music right now, they're probably like, we can't find anybody that actually plays real instruments anymore. It's all like,
Push play.
yeah, it seems, especially going like the festivals now. It was funny, like seeing. Have you heard of the band Churches?
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing them, I was like, oh, this is kind of like I expected to see 6 people to like performing and record recreating that music that I heard in the album.
Right?
And it's a 3-piece, and I think it's a drummer, the girl singing, and then the rest of it is a guy playing keyboard. And I'm like, wow, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It's like Phanogram, all those bands and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting times. I blame it all on Imagine Dragons. I blame it all on Imagine Dragons. They came out. Maybe I just changed the landscape.
I did.
Whatever. What can you do? Yeah. So Red Squad, Frog Squad.
Frog Squad.
Is that by just accident?
Yeah. I think that the bands were conceived like before either of us met. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of a happy little accident.
Yeah. Reminds me of the Flying Frog Brigade.
Yeah.
Was it Stuart Copeland, Les Claypool, and Trey Anastasio?
That's right.
Yeah. Super groups, man.
I listened to that album like when I was in TSU for a little while.
Yeah?
I was always in my car for like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, super groups, they can go one way or the other. But, I mean, you got because they're all talented musicians, just because you put them in the same room, they're not going to make amazing stuff every time.
Right.
I don't know. You have a favorite super group?
Man.
Guess we have to start listing off some super
Yeah,
groups
I mean,
then
there's
now.
I think Blind Faith was considered a super group.
Yeah.
One of the earlier ones. Velvet Revolver was kind of a
Yeah.
joining of sort of
Yeah.
super group thing.
Are there any emo band super groups?
Ah,
We're at that age now where those guys should be getting back together and creating weird bands.
I think that they. I mean, maybe there is. I just can't think of who it is.
Like Circus Survive and then like
Who's
Dashboard
the,
Confessional get together.
So I know there's
Hawthorne Heights.
Hawthorne Heights, get them all in a mix.
it was what is it? Prophets of Rage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
Cypress
one.
Hill and Rage Against the Machine.
I like them a lot. They're probably my favorite one. It's still like
Touring around.
Yeah,
Until Them Crooked Vultures comes back.
that's a sweet one.
Yeah. I just saw the hair on your neck just stand up like, oh, okay, yeah.
That guy.
Oh my God, that I think it was like Josh Homme who called him up on the phone. It's like, I want to reinvent the blues. And they're like, who do you want to do it with? Like, John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin's interested. I'm like, what?
I say what?
Yeah. One person you could jam with in anyone, any genre.
I mean,
Man.
it might be him, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a huge Dave Grohl fan. I just wanted to be his best friend.
Yeah.
He seems like, everybody meets him. He's like your long lost buddy.
Yeah.
Right away. I don't know. He's a rock star.
He's so nice. I think that he goes home and just farts. Because he's been like so, like, he's like, I'm tired now. Yeah, because
I heard some story like he drank too much coffee and had to go to like the hospital or something.
yeah, I heard that one.
Really? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
A lot of coffee.
That's in your future.
Coffee
Always
junkie.
sweating.
Oh no, don't worry. After this, you can actually see. No matter what, when I'm talking in here, I just start sweating. I don't know what it is. Like I'm not having a bad time.
Maybe it's shade of leather, maybe.
Yeah, I guess
The
so.
heat going.
Yeah, it's authentic artificial leather. Alyssa Moore calls it the squishy chairs, so we call them the squishy chairs now. Yeah. Who would you jam with? Because you got a jazz. You're about something. You got jazz influence or something like that. I have a feeling it's gonna be no one I ever heard of right now.
That's what I'm afraid of that too.
Say it, man. Let's see what we got. Give me something to Google later.
I don't even know, man. There's so many people that are just great musicians.
Who was that guy you told me was your favorite drummer?
Favorite drummer, probably like Gary Novak or somebody like
I
that.
think that. So you went to go see somebody at that like a bar. You went to see.
Oh, Dennis Chambers.
Yeah.
I saw Dennis Chambers play with Victor Wooten, and
I know Victor Wooten.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis, is he just a session guy?
He played with like Santana. He's played with tons of different people.
Okay. And they played in a barn?
Yeah, Victor Wooten owns this barn like close to Nashville.
Okay.
And like they have like summer camps there, and they came back and did 2 shows of the same exact music. They were filming a TV, like a movie or something like that.
All right.
So they put it on, they played it, and then they came back and played the exact same thing one more time straight through.
Yeah.
So you guys will like kind of see like the first time through like all their mistakes, and then like compared to the next time, and like it's really cool. And I didn't know Victor Wooten can juggle. He can juggle like crazy.
He's juggling.
Well, it was kind of like it was like a.
God, when you see people who are just so talented, you're just like, come on, man,
So
you
he,
can't
like,
have it all.
He destroyed this bass solo, and then this guy comes up from like the back of the thing juggling. And it's like, dude, like they're trying to play music. What are you doing? Like this is not the time for this. He like goes on stage, and I was like, okay. They start juggling back and forth, and he's like juggling like 4 or 5 different of those, like what are those things called? Like
The pins?
yeah,
Okay.
they're going back and forth and like going behind the back and like it's insane.
God, that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Because they were filming 2 days in a row, did they wear the same clothes?
It wasn't even 2 days in a row. It was that same night. So I saw
Oh.
once and then back to back. Yeah. So it's like 30 minutes later, they went and they did change clothes
Okay, they changed clothes. All right.
and came back out and did it again.
Because I know like a lot of comedians, when they do a special, they'll film 3 nights in a row, 2 nights in a row, and they'll do it like 2 or 3 shows and kind of like piece it together or get the best set. But they have to wear the same clothes every single night.
Right.
So they just have like three, like I'll take 3 of those Gucci shirts.
I thought about it. I was like, why didn't they wear the same clothes? Because they could piece it together if they had one take. But I'm not really sure why they changed.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't question Victor Wooten.
Anyway.
Dennis Chambers.
Yeah, but man, I really like this guy named David Kikoski. I think that's how you say his name.
Mhm.
He's this piano player from New York. He played with like this drummer named Jeff Tain Watts, and he's played on just a ton of stuff. He's just super talented, and I really like the rhythms he uses and how he plays the piano.
Yeah, well, it's funny. All right, I'm glad you say that because I always think about we always kind of associate like classical music and stuff like that, like at least from the mainstream, or actually piano, violin, and all that, to like the classics. But a lot of like the new ones, I mean, it's not like that art went anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's still practiced. They're still being recorded, session musicians and stuff like that. Who are like piano? Who are like the go-to guys of and women of right now?
Like as far as jazz goes.
Yeah.
I want to say his name's Gerald Clayton. I think he's a really big deal. Man, I could look it up just off the top of my head. Like piano.
What about a violin?
I don't know violin.
What about sax?
Chris Potter, Joshua Redmond. There's other ones too, like just amazing musicians. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Rutgers from something like that.
Robert Richmond?
Something. I can look it all up.
No, yeah. No. Off the top of the head, we're BSing today. Yeah.
There's just lots of just incredibly talented people.
Yeah.
It's just always crazy to see.
Yeah, because I'm always interested. Because like I always fear that I'm missing somebody because they'll have someone at like Lafayette's or they'll have somebody at like a bar, and I have just because I haven't heard of them doesn't mean they're not incredible and they're not touring and they're successful. But a lot of stuff falls through the cracks, like just because you get bombarded with just regular like the top tier pop culture. Meanwhile, we're kind of missing all this talent.
The undercurrent.
The undercurrent that's probably influencing the person that influences the person who's, writing the 3-minute ballad,
There's definitely a surplus of talent just in Memphis alone.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I could say Memphis drummers literally like for an hour.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna have to do that, and I actually came up with like a lot of names. I was just thinking about like how many talented musicians and just drummers there are in Memphis. It's just crazy.
Who are your favorite drummers in Memphis?
Oh man, so many.
John Harrison.
John Harrison.
It's your number one.
Yeah. We're gonna start with you and then work our way down.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss. I don't even want to start because I'll miss names. I don't want to miss anybody's name.
Well, they'll know they're great. You know what? That'll fuel them to all of a sudden become like, oh, really? He doesn't know my name first thing? I'm just going to go there and lock myself in the garage and come back, work way up. Unless they're like 45, they don't care. They're like, whatever.
Oh, I think some of those people ought to care too.
Yeah. I try, yeah.
Some people I really like.
This is not 98.1 98.1 the facts. This is the max. So we're not like.
First person comes in the top of my head is like Paul Taylor.
Paul Taylor.
Amazing musician.
Mm-hmm.
He can do it all.
My buddy Graham.
Graham Winchester. That guy. I don't know when he sleeps.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either.
He's a big ball of energy and showmanship.
Yeah.
And
And he plays the latest shows.
he does.
They'll play like late show. They just like go on at like 1 a.m. at DKDC, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. He plays in like 17 bands. That's a fun little clique of musicians that run around in Memphis.
That's how Memphis music works. It's just like everybody plays everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I play in like 5 or 6 groups. He plays in like 5 or 6 groups, and it's like if you're a decent musician, that's oftentimes what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I kind of like it too because it's kind of like a big family or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Like the greatest honor would be to be stretched too thin by being in too many bands because
Right.
everybody would want to play with you.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, are we still coming up with names?
We can, yeah.
I don't know.
We're coming up with names for a new band.
Oh, well, we're talking about drummers. The last
Oh, okay, go for it.
well, I wish I hadn't said that because I can't think of it. What's his name? George Suppick. Yes.
George Suppick.
Suppick.
I mean, to be honest, you can just go to the drum shop and like any of those cats up there.
Yeah.
Like Jim Petty, Carmel Lar, all those guys can play. Everybody at the drum shop can play that thing. Any one of those dudes is a great drummer.
Yeah, I think one of the guys plays with. I took my girlfriend there over the weekend, and we went and she plays drums, and we went to the drum shop, and she just wanted to scope things out and stuff. And one of the guys who's showing us around tours around with Jerry Lee Lewis's son, and like they do road gigs all.
Bill, maybe.
I don't know. I don't remember his name. As soon as someone gives me their name, I'm like, awesome, and I just throw the plate, like
That's just so hard to see.
I can't keep anybody's name in my head for the life of me.
Song names too. Like they're like, oh, we're playing this song. I'm like, oh, what's the melody sound?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You gotta have, we called all our songs on the new record. We call them like Scott Stapp, like the one that we like the least. We'll just give them weird names so we all get on board as we're writing them, so they don't have any rhyme or reason. And, like, we named all our songs after we recorded all of them, and then we finally had to give like the songs to the like who was doing the graphics, and like that's when we named them.
Interesting.
And 3 of them we went to Urban Dictionary for ideas.
Sweet.
Yeah. The crunch process.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like naming the song or the album or something like that. That's like one of the most exciting parts. It's just like this is when it becomes like a thing. It's this entity that exists now. You know.
It also is a lot of pressure because if you got to give it a good name.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with the name for the EP right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of racking my brain for something that's like.
Just got to get names for stuff.
Oh, I believe it.
The gift.
I named the band.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, you said the word aforementioned
Aforementioned, yes.
earlier, and I was just like, ooh, got a vocabulary. Yeah. I'm not a wordsmith, but I always appreciate words I haven't heard, or just like a nice, tasty droplet every once in a while.
Tenacious.
Tenacious is a great word?
Tenacious D,
Yes.
if you will.
I'm going to see them this weekend.
Really?
Nashville.
In Nashville?
Me too.
Yes, you're going too.
Yeah.
We're going to have so much fun.
We're riding together.
We're sitting next to each other.
Who's opening up for them? I figure like I forgot it was like a good opener that was playing with them too. But Kyle Gass and Jack Black together. That's
I've always wanted to see them.
yeah.
You've opened for them.
We opened for Kyle Gass when he came to town. It was like when we first got together, and we were still playing like a lot of dad rock songs, and it was the biggest trip ever because afterwards we're smoking medication in the green room with Kyle Gass, and I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever, and he's trying to take selfies with us and stuff in a shopping cart, and I'm like, this is way too surreal right now. Yeah, and because it's not Tenacious D, but he has some of the guys that play in Tenacious D tour around with him. They're like session guys and stuff. They have their own bands in L.A. But I mean, it's just, and they're all the coolest dudes. Like just the real, like down to earth, hanging out, talking music, this, that, and the other. But Kyle Gass, he was like a little bit of a name dropper, so he would have been like, yeah, I got Josh Homney's phone number. I'm like, he was like, what do you guys listen to? We were just talking about bands. He's like, yeah, Queens of Stone Age, big fan. And he's like, oh, I got Josh Homney's phone number right here. And I was just like, wanted to take his phone. But I wouldn't want to meet my heroes anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe on like neutral ground, not like something like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
I don't know, man. It's just like, I'd just rather be a fan around that, unless it were like we were at a bar or something like that. We were just shooting the breeze. But like if it was something like this for camera, as soon as you put a camera or you start recording and making things forever, it throws a little tension in the air. So I wouldn't want that.
Oh, yeah, you just threw a little tension. I'm a little scared now.
Sorry. Have some more coffee.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to sweat more.
I'm sweating, man. That's just how it works.
Like most people grew up listening to the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's like meeting like Paul McCartney. That would be like, he's one of those guys that's almost like he's not just a person. He's just this being that just exists. But like, if I met him, he's just a guy talking to me, I'd probably like freak out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say something weird or I don't know. It is one of those things like, do you want to meet your hero and then like have it be a bad interaction or like, I don't know.
Oh, I
It's like one of those things that you beat yourself up about forever.
Yeah.
I saw this episode of King of the Hill, and Hank shakes George Bush's hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a lip shake, and then he can't vote for him.
I was worried that I wouldn't be able to recognize them in person, because you always see these people through on like magazine covers or on a video, maybe a concert from a distance. But like, I just have a feeling if I saw Paul McCartney in person, I'd be like, who's this old bag of garbage? It's just like all wrinkly and stuff. And then it's like, that's Paul. Like, I'd have to like have a moment like, oh crap, that's Paul McCartney.
Your brain doesn't like.
It doesn't register. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I can't recognize you unless there's just like a sheen of a TV screen or a gloss of paper. Like,
I lived in LA for a few years. And,
mm-hmm.
Like I saw Will Ferrell just walking around with his family like a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's just like, but it didn't register at first. It's like there's the guy that it like registered that he looked familiar at first, and then I was like, oh, I guess that's Will Ferrell. He's
Yeah.
just a guy with a family that just walks around sometimes.
Yeah. They're like real people with
Yeah.
wear shoes and
Yeah,
stuff.
with feelings.
Yeah. Guy owns part of a soccer team now in LA.
he really?
He's like part owner of the LA Galaxy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
The interest. And so is what's his face? Drew Carey, now host of Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Yeah, he's part owner of a soccer team in Seattle.
Hmm.
All these, yeah.
Did you like Whose Line Is It Anyway with Drew Carey?
Loved that
I
show.
thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still going on, if they got a new host or something like that, and if it's, I don't know, I haven't had regular cable television in maybe
Well, they're
9 years.
They're coming here, right?
Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
At Orpheum, I believe.
Is that right? Yeah. So they're coming somewhere here. I saw like some of the guys, the regular dudes,
Mhm.
were coming here.
I know The Price is Right came here.
Yes, that came here.
Yeah.
Whose Line I think is coming here.
I know,
At some point.
and Practical Jokers as well.
Yeah.
They were just here, something like that. But yeah. Okay. Oh, I want to show this before we get too far. All right. So I had a question for you guys.
Uh-huh.
It's a cool shirt, by the way. Dude, Sega had some of the coolest typeface.
Can I give you these
Yes.
two? Got some
Yeah.
stickers for you.
Stickers, a guile, dude.
Sonic Broom.
Please.
That's not my
Who
joke.
came up with that?
No, I found that on the internet.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Because you guys are playing. It's copyrighted music, isn't it? When you guys record. Yeah. I hope not. We could just not talk about this right now.
Well, I mean, I guess my understanding is it
Yeah.
all kind of falls under the same like cover song thing with
Mm-hmm.
like
Like BMI gets a.
BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, and like when we put out the record, like you pay an extra fee for them to
Yeah.
like
For all the licenses.
track.
Yeah,
the
you
royalties,
check that
licensing.
box.
It's like yes, we'll pay this amount so that these people get paid.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's assuming that they are part of one of those artist organizations.
Yeah.
I want them to
Get the.
get what they deserve. I mean, these guys are incredible composers and all that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and if anything, I hope that like the band is also kind of like bring some like awareness to like these songs that maybe growing up were just kind of background.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you really aware of the intricacies and the like complex nature of some of the songs.
It's incredible. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys can't. I love because you guys are talented musicians. Everybody in the band. Who else is in the band? I just want to give them a shout outs to.
Right. So Zach Nixon.
Zach Nixon.
On saxophone. Well, we're kind of in a transition period with the keyboard player.
Mhm.
So Dave Hash is the one he's been playing with us for a while, and he's moving out to California. And Forrest Sansing is going to be the keyboard player going forward.
Can we name the other ones too? We had Tim Stanek.
Yeah.
Crazy, great musician.
Yeah, Tim Stanek actually he started the band.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just in a Facebook post, it's like who wants to start a video game music cover band, and
And went up.
Yeah.
Me and John, and then Jeff Naylor, who plays bass. We were like, yeah, and I'd wanted to do something like this since I was a teenager,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't think anybody else was nerdy enough to want to do it.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing online called Dwelling of Duels. That's like it's like each month anybody can like submit their own covers of video game songs and stuff like that. Or sometimes there'll be a theme. So like each month I would listen to all these submissions and some of these really talented musicians like putting like Zelda or Ninja Turtles or whatever the game was. So I was like, I always was like, I wish I could,
Yeah.
put together like that too. Yeah. So he finally like brought the opportunity out there. I was like, absolutely, yes.
Then he didn't want to do it anymore, and he started to write a book, right?
Did that, and then he joined Ghost Town Blues Band for a while. And
He wrote a book?
I think he started to write a book.
He's a
He's super smart, super talented guy.
Awesome.
And then Cedric Taylor was after him. He was with us for a while, and he too was drafted into the Ghost Town Blues Band.
Kind of car club.
Yeah.
We're the farm team for Ghost Town Blues Band.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
AAA.
The Redbirds. And who's on bass?
Jeff Naylor.
Jeff Naylor.
Yeah. So yeah.
Super talented dude. That crazy ears.
Yeah?
Great ears, yeah.
Crazy. I don't know why you said. I
Great.
just pictured a guy with crazy ears
He's got
now.
crazy ears.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, cool. Dude, weird flex, John.
In all seriousness, he has great hair though.
He does have great hair, too.
Beautiful long hair.
Awesome.
I'm very jealous.
Should I get this to
Oh yeah, sure. This is actually
That's a little Ben Church
that's a
project.
solo record.
Oh, you got. All right, cool. Phantom in the Rain. And this is your solo record?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's an EP.
And where'd you record this?
Also Young Avenue Sound.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got it in. You got to use it.
Yeah.
You got to keep using that.
It's like Young Avenue. If you want to put a little time my way, I will not refuse it.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not asking for it. I'm not asking.
Absolutely. No. So you can't be afraid of self-promotion in this game.
Right.
But so many musicians are, because you don't want to come across like a douchebag.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about getting out there and doing what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really hard to, like, I mean, I know for me it's hard to just talk about, like, playing music and being good at stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like doing that.
I know. I've completely. Well, that's why bands hire PR firms, so they don't have to do that, so they can stand close to their art.
Yeah.
But some people are really good at it and don't have any shame about it. Louise Page is really good on social media. We had her in about 2 weeks, and she's kind of like figured out how to use social media to her advantage. And I wish I was better than like that. I wish more bands were better than that, because there's just, like, again, there's a lot of talent that we don't get to hear about, and trying to throw that out there.
Yeah. We're trying to get better at it, but we're all kind of. None of us are great at the whole self-promotion thing,
Mhm.
but we're learning. We're getting there.
Yeah, it's like that point of intersection where talent and what do you call it? I guess it's the line of intersection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you can get talent and like promotion to like match up,
Right.
and then you become popular. But Pixels, you guys are working on a new EP. Where can they find this album?
So we'll have physical copies at shows, but you can, it's streaming on Apple Music and Spotify,
Pretty much every streaming
Amazon,
service.
pretty much all
Okay.
the streaming services. Yeah.
Awesome. And no shows on the books anytime soon for Pixels, but be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, we'll have them pop up
Yeah.
here and there all the time.
More than likely it'll be November. We'll be playing.
Okay. We'll be sure to promote that when just let us know, and we'll help you out any way we can. And then Frog Squad, August 10th at Health Science Park.
Science Park, yeah.
Okay. And that
Red Squad actually Friday at Growlers.
Red Squad and that
Friday night.
awesome.
So
Who you guys playing with on that one?
there's a band called Taco Mouth.
Taco Mouth.
Coming from out of
It's
town.
a good band name.
Yeah.
Really good band.
Sounds like ska.
No, they're kind of. I think they're kind of just pretty straight rock and roll, kind of. I don't know, maybe a little garagey, but
Okay.
I really like it.
You like P. Lander Z?
I think I know that.
P. Lander Z? I think they came up with a guy who came from Gonnerfest. It's like this Japanese punk band, and they has a song called Tacos. And he just goes tacos, 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 tacos. It's just it's such a fun song.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, Red Squad this Friday at Growlers. Frog Squad, August 10th. Pixels, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Ben Church, John Harrison, and to the other guys in the band that couldn't make it. But make sure you buy merch, buy T-shirts, buy stickers, support local music. Next week, maybe we're gonna have we're gonna get a little crazy. We might have Hate Doctrine in. I'm waiting for Anthony Fitch to get back to me, and we'll have more stumps in the future every Wednesday, 3 p.m. ish, right here on the Max. Love you.